Today in crypto, Bitcoin is making history again, raging higher, making a new high for 2020 as yet another major financial institution announces their crypto play. And while many have turned bearish on altcoins, we are likely nearing a bottom for the altcoin cycle, and altcoin capitulation is probably pretty gosh darn near. I personally maintain that altcoins, not Bitcoin, will be how most of you watching will achieve life-changing wealth in crypto. Altcoins are for making it, Bitcoin's for keeping it. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. So let's talk about Bitcoin. And wow, guys, just wow. We have just hit a new record high price for Bitcoin for 2020, coming in around $14,100 before having a bit of a pullback. This also represents a 2-year high for Bitcoin, finally passing the high watermark from 2019. It feels good, man. It feels good. This is just such a bullish setup for Bitcoin right now. Zooming out a little bit to the monthly, we have just had our monthly close for Bitcoin, and it was a very, very bullish candle. In total, Bitcoin soared up 33% in October, totally ignoring all of the FUD in the markets over the last weeks. The KuCoin hack, the BitMEX indictment, the stock market fears, the coronavirus, the elections, everything that's been thrown at Bitcoin just falls right off. Bitcoin has cared about none of these events to just so strongly just buck the trend of that we usually see in election years in October, all the fear and all that stuff, and actually just go blasting higher. Very, very powerful move for Bitcoin. Now on Binance, Bitcoin actually had its highest monthly close ever. But Binance, in this situation, it is an outlier since the majority of exchanges actually close about $50 short of the all-time monthly close. Coinbase, for example, was just short of the December 2017 close. So you could decide which exchange you want to put more weight on. But either way you cut it, it's very, very bullish looking for Bitcoin. But that does not necessarily mean that short term it's bullish for Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, it's a bullish scenario about to lay out here, but you just have to remember that these are the higher time frames that we're watching. So here's a possible scenario that we could see playing out. So failing to break and hold above resistance here, that essentially means that we could now be seeing a bit of a pullback coming in. Pullbacks are healthy, they're normal, it's a part of the market. We could come back down to retest $12,500 of support, basically using that as a launch pad to push us higher. The RSI has been overbought for around a week now. It's rare to see us actually spending so much time in overbought territory on the RSI, meaning that we could see Bitcoin gradually correct or kind of start to range sideways in between these two blue lines between 12,500 and like 13,800. In fact, looking at the RSI again, we can see a bearish divergence forming here on the RSI on the daily with a lower high on the RSI combined with a rising price for Bitcoin. Now, if this does indeed end in a correction for Bitcoin, then don't worry, it's normal. It's all good. We're going to come back down to that demand zone around $12,500. It's no reason to worry. But then again, it's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin might just honey badger us, and we may not see this correction scenario play out until it hits like $16,000, which is the next major area of resistance. And maybe some extreme circumstance will go straight to 20K, but I doubt it. We're in for a correction. We've had a big run, and we should appreciate that. So chilling out here, that's all good. In fact, if we did, it would give altcoins a bit of room to breathe. Now check out this chart here from Rect Capital. We are entering the altcoin capitulation zone with a big reversal coming soon for altcoins. The end of 2020, it's going to be good for Bitcoin, but it could be epic for altcoins. We go through these hype cycles, guys. It happens a few times throughout the uptrending market where you have altcoins surge up and then blast back down, then surge up and then come back down. Be aware of them. Learn how to profit from them. That's why we take profits. It's so important. Right now, Bitcoin dominance, it's also smashing into resistance. So not only is Bitcoin itself at resistance, but so is Bitcoin dominance. So that horizontal line of resistance around 64%, we're hitting that. Also the 50-week moving average holding Bitcoin dominance down. It's likely that we see a correction on Bitcoin dominance here, again, meaning that altcoins could move higher in the near future. But if Bitcoin breaks out here, and it could, then that would be a massive altcoin capitulation event. So watch out for that to happen too. So hold on to your butts, guys. We're at a very key juncture here for the price and for the dominance of Bitcoin. Taking a look here at Ethereum, though, which has just bounced off the 100-day moving average, which has basically acted as a line of support for the price, signaling that a reversal could be in store for Ethereum. And likely, of course, Ethereum will lead the altcoin rally. A short-term price rally up to retest key price levels around $420 could be coming in the next few days for Ethereum. As you can see, ever since we passed over the 100-day moving average for Ethereum back in April, every single retest of the line has been a good time to buy or a good time to open up a long for traders. Such a retest, that is exactly what we're seeing right now, and chances are we're going to push higher from here. So a bounce for Ethereum could very quickly lead to a wider altcoin rally. By the way, of course, you can go over and do some trading for Bitcoin or Ethereum or Chainlink or XRP and other top cryptocurrencies over on Femex, which is one of my favorite exchanges for trading cryptocurrency futures. So you can long and short over there with futures contracts, or of course you just trade spot as well. So you can do that. And of course, if you do sign up using the link down below in the description, then you can get an $80 trading bonus, as well as 10% off of your fees, which is a pretty damn sweet deal for traders. Now, let's move on to talk about some adoption news, because we have just got another insane bank FOMO story. Gazprom Bank, the third biggest commercial bank in Russia, has just announced that it will offer crypto custodian services and Bitcoin exchange services to the businesses and institutions that it calls customers. Now, this will be done via their Swiss branch of the company. The service will at this time basically only be for, the more elite clients. It's not a retail focused service, but this is a damn big deal. Gazprom Bank, it's a massive bank, third biggest in Russia, and just adds to the tsunami of big adoption stories that we have been seeing over the last few weeks. And just think about this. In the last 2 weeks, we have seen announcements from just so many major financial operators, all of them planning to offer some kind of crypto service to their customers. So just a quick recap of the top ones, not all of them, just the top stories we've seen over the last 2 weeks. PayPal announced they're going to offer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin to their 346 million customers. That service is already catering to some customers in the US. JP Morgan, the biggest bank in the United States, is going to offer crypto custody services for their clients, a likely first step to selling Bitcoin to their clients. DBS, the biggest commercial bank in Southeast Asia, it's going to be launching a cryptocurrency exchange for their clients. A bank called TDB Bank, the biggest bank in Mongolia, it's going to start offering a range of crypto services to their clients, including custody and buying and selling. The Central Bank of Iran announced that it's going to start buying Bitcoin from local Bitcoin miners. And of course, then we have today's Gazprom story, which is a pretty damn big deal as well. In almost every example here, it's really important to point this out, they're offering access to a handful of cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. Lots of cryptos, not just Bitcoin. This is very quickly turning into a case for these banks. If you can't beat them, then you better join them. Join them quick, because everyone else is going to FOMO in before you. With PayPal, they unleashed the FOMO in a serious way. We're going to see so many more announcements. I fully expect over the coming weeks we're just going to see loads more traditional finance players announcing some kind of cryptocurrency play. Any who don't, well, they're going to lose a lot of money. Now, just why is all of this banking adoption such a damn big deal? Because it provides more and more ways for money to get into crypto. It exposes us to a much wider audience. Think about just PayPal. 346 million people can now buy cryptocurrency on PayPal. Well, not all of them yet, but soon they will be able to. Mainstream adoption, it's happening before our eyes. Which leads me on to the main topic of today's video. Are altcoins dead? Is DeFi finished? My answer is no, not by a long shot. Altcoins are painfully volatile. If you're new to the altcoin game, well, you're realizing that now. It can be a very tough, very vicious, and very unforgiving game. But as I mentioned earlier, we are likely entering an area right now of capitulation for altcoins, Bitcoin dominance potentially falling, meaning that we are essentially on the cusp of another major altcoin rally. Obviously, a lot depends on Bitcoin, what Bitcoin does over the coming weeks, but altcoins, they will make massive moves again, whether it's in a couple weeks or a couple months, it's coming. Remember, all these institutions, they're adopting crypto. They're not adopting just Bitcoin. And in terms of where we are in the cycle, have a look at this here. We are now only about 30% into this particular market cycle. We are definitely in the start of a major bull market, but we're still super early. We haven't even crossed the new all-time high for Bitcoin yet, so that's how early we still are. In fact, we might only be about 20% into this bull market if you subscribe to the lengthening cycle theory, which is an interesting theory. It remains to be proven yet, but could be playing out. But either way, we are most probably going to see insane market highs in late 2021 or early 2022. That's like the blow off top, right? Bitcoin will make a new all-time high either late December this year or sometime in early 21, January or February, assuming everything keeps going as it is. And when I say new all-time high, I mean like $20,200, not $100K, guys. Well, Bitcoin will moon super hard during this cycle, likely hitting a minimum of $100,000, possibly much, much higher. The true life-changing wealth it will be made by investing in altcoins. So here is the super simple equation that I think of for altcoin investors. You can lose your entire investment. There's that. But if you invest in Bitcoin, you're not going to lose your investment in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a nice, solid, safe play. But Bitcoin's not going to do a 100x move. It's just not. 10x during this cycle? That's possible, even from here, right? 20x? Maybe. Much more? Probably not. Compare that to altcoins. A 10x from a low cap, fundamentally strong altcoin? That's very, very, very likely. A 100x move? Definitely possible. So yes, many altcoins, they're going to make monster gains this cycle. There have already been multiple 100x gainers, and there will be many, many more. It's a simple asymmetric risk-reward kind of play here. There will quite simply be just way more gains for altcoins. Yes, obviously there is more risk, but the potential is so much greater. Again, this is why we aggressively take profits when we do get these big pumps. We keep the moon bags, we make sure to get our capital out, get a little profit out, put it into Bitcoin, put it into stable coins, put it into gold. You guys know the drill. If you want to make life-changing money in the next few years, then altcoins is how it's going to be done. DeFi, absolutely going to be leading on the gains train, especially the strong players like Synthetics and Aave and some of the lower cap ones as well. But NFTs, oracles, data markets, all that stuff, it's going to be big as well. We're going to just see incredible gains. New all-time highs are coming for the entire market. And if you don't see that, then you're not seeing the big picture for crypto. And the previous all-time high for Bitcoin and the wider crypto market, it doesn't even really mean that much. And looking back at like $20,000, it was such a different time. You consider what's happened just in the last year, and you understand where crypto is going. So 20,000 for Bitcoin, 1,400 for Ethereum. Those are the insane, like, blow off tops, right? But what has happened since then, that's what's really insane. More fiat on and off ramps than ever. Like, it's so easy to buy Bitcoin now. Massive adoption happening. Institutional FOMO heating up big time. ETH 2.0 is on the verge of launching. Polkadot is live. Cardano smart contracts coming soon. NFTs are exploding. Decentralized exchanges are now beating Coinbase in terms of volume. DeFi markets have become really interesting and useful with lending and borrowing, yield farming, flash loans, all kinds of other crazy stuff. Totally reshaping the way that finance is done and understood. It's just the beginning of it. The earliest iterations of this technology. Enterprise adoption, it's soaring as well. And the sentiment, I think, in the market right now is taking a big turn into like mega bull mode. So that's very exciting. And obviously just wait for the next wave of DeFi innovation, and it will come. It'll come sooner than you think. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this came again. I didn't see that coming. And then boom, it'll go. So watch out for that. I'm very excited personally, in case you can't tell. Does that mean we're going to go a straight line up to those insane highs? Absolutely not. There will be massive corrections. There will be failed investments. There will be all sorts of just chaos and drama and pulling of hair and gnashing of teeth. It's a crazy game, guys. But if you can survive, if you can consistently take those profits, cut your losers, all that fun stuff, if you can hold on, you will make life-changing money in this market. It's not easy. It's not going to be given it to you, but it can be done. And of course, then you have to, when you do make those life-changing gains, click the frickin' sell button, guys. Lock the gains in. But that's a challenge and a conversation for another day. Right now, we are in accumulation mode. We are preparing for this epic run for altcoins and for Bitcoin. Anyway, those are just my 2 Satoshis. Your question for today: what 3 cryptocurrencies do you think are going to see the biggest gains in 2021? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.